The bear thing is stupid. And you women that think that it makes more sense to be locked into a room with a bear are emotionally charged. You are not logically inclined. You're not making sense, and you know you're not making sense. But you're really fighting for some reason. I don't know why. And I already understand that no matter what I tell you, you're not going to listen. No matter what I tell you, you're not going to change your mind. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to tell you that you're not making sense. You can walk away from me all you want, but I'm telling you, you're not making any sense. I'm going to be responding to a girly pop. Last week, we went over this whole stupid bear conversation. Women are saying that they prefer choosing the bear over a man, and you can just tell that they're speaking out of emotion. If we can be so honest, like, girl, be so for real. They're speaking out of emotion. I do not believe that they are logically inclined. Some women are saying that with a bear, you would know what to expect, but with a man, you never know what to expect? What? You can be locked into a room with a seemingly quiet bear. You can stand still and not do anything, right? But then all of a sudden, that bear is eating your flesh while you cry. Meanwhile, you could also be locked into a room with a scary, buff man, and he could kill you with just his pinky, but you and that man could walk out as besties. Either way, you should take proper precautions because you never know with both. Okay? So this whole, with a man, you don't know, but with a bear, at least, no. That doesn't apply to only men. With the man, you never know. Ah! No! Because now y'all are just saying anything. Just say that you hate men. What are you being extra for? Just say that you hate men. It's as simple as that. Okay? A girl even said, oh my God, you guys won't believe this. A girl even said, and I saw it in my comment section, she said that if she were to be in danger of getting by a bear, she would rather get by the bear than potentially be raped by a man. Both are awful, okay, but I would like to challenge that maybe the women that are saying these things have not been raped. And by the way, I hope that you never experienced that, ever. But it's one thing to be a rape survivor and you say that. I get it. Like, I'll back off. But it's another thing to not have experienced being raped and then you're just saying anything just to cover up your ideology that illustrates that men are trash, men are violent, men are rapists, etc. Okay? I think it's very distasteful to say that, and you've never even talked to a guy, let alone have been raped by one. I don't understand. But you're just saying, I'd rather get than to be. Okay. Now, this is just me speaking, and God forbid I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, right? God forbid this happens to me. I understand how dangerous a man can be, though my mindset is, in a situation like that, my mindset would be survival. Straight survival. I need to survive. Fight or flight. Adrenaline shall kick in. So are you women telling me that if you were to be in a position that will most likely not happen, you're just talking just to say that you hate men? But are you telling me that if you were to be in a position where you are being attacked by a man, you're not going to fight back? Okay. My mindset in that situation would be, I need to survive, fight or flight. That adrenaline shall kick in. I don't know about y'all, but I care about the men in my life. The world needs men just as much as women, or else you're saying that God made a mistake. And trust me, I have had men piss me off. Look at Anisu, like he gets on my everlasting nerves. You know, I've had men that disappointed me, but I don't walk around saying that men ain't ish, men are trash, etc. A number of you women need to talk to somebody and actually heal, because you are adding fuel to the gender war. It's one thing to say I can't deal with men right now. I understand that. But to just straight up have this propaganda to just go out and say men are garbage, men are useless, men are trash. They're even saying that women, we can get ourselves pregnant. We don't even need a man to be involved. We can get ourselves pregnant. That's really peculiar. And if we can be honest, you are just as bad as red pill male men. Male men. You know what I mean? You're just as bad. Those red pill men that I talk about on my platform that get on my everlasting nerves. I sit here like, what is your guys' problem? You guys are very aggressive. You guys are saying that women are an afterthought. Women are useless. But you women that say these things, you are just as bad. At this point, all of y'all should have each other. All of y'all should be locked into a room. All of y'all. All of y'all. Back to the girly pop that stitched my video. We're about to react to her. Please do not insult this woman. Like, seriously, please do not insult her. We are here to have a conversation. We are not here to insult people because it's not going to take us anywhere. Even if she insults me, whatever, the world keeps spinning. And to all you women, I have to get this out there. To all you women that will bet on the hair on your head that I am seeking male validation, get a razor and get busy, because I don't care about men having my back. Because today, I'm talking about y'all, they're talking about me, but once I say something that will have your back as women, once I say something that will call out men, they will call me stupid, they will talk about the fake hair on my head. Oh my God, they are obsessed with wigs. I promise you, you girly pops that think that I'm doing this for male validation, I'm not doing it. I fight for common sense. I may talk about you today, but tomorrow I talk about men. Tomorrow I'm literally going to be talking about men. And I might talk about children as well. I fight for sense, period. So let's go ahead and react to this girly pop. Bear over a man.
Hey girl, hope you're well.
Hey!
I've been hearing this conversation about the man versus bear, and to be honest, I wasn't really creating content, so I figured I'm not gonna say anything about it. And, how do I put this? I find this line of reasoning that you're going through frustrating.
Aww.
And you may have addressed this further on your YouTube channel. I haven't gone over there, I haven't looked, I'm just going based off of
No, let me help her out. I don't really think I did. I just said that, look how big the bear is. Look at the bear manhandling, what do you call it? Is it manhandling? Overpowering this guy in this one picture. It was a huge bear. And it's like, how can women choose that over a man? Once again, my mindset is survival. It's literally survival. And I think my chances of surviving will be greater with a man, even if he's 300 pounds. A man.
For this clip on TikTok, so I'll acknowledge that I may be missing additional context. But you're not the only person who comes through with this kind of commentary. I noticed that a lot of men come through with this specific commentary as well. In your video, you show how big and ferocious bears are and question, like, really? Would you really choose a bear over a man? Hopefully my perspective will kind of highlight things a little bit better. And before
I hope so. Yes.
Come for me. I did not grow up in a single parent household.
I told you guys, do not come for her. She is being polite. If she insults me, whatever. Okay? I'm tougher than this. It's okay. It's not that deep. She seems really nice though. So, my mind is always subject to changing. So if she can change my mind, I will let it go. And I will say it very loudly. I used to believe this, but then I heard about this and I said, okay, I changed my mind. So please change my mind.
I have a dad who loves me very much.
Me too, girl.
I love him very much. We get on each other's nerves sometimes, but we do love each other.
Good.
You know, and
shout out to our daddies. We love you.
And, you know, I haven't had a lot of the negative experiences that a lot of women have had with men. That said, I have eyes and I have ears and I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot, right? And to go back to this argument, no one, like men are trying to use this as a rational debate and stick to the very black and white facts of how fast a bear is, how much can a bear chomp, right, how much can a bear demolish at once. They're looking at it.
But I'm confused, girly, because in an argument, aren't you supposed to be rational? Of course, we're going to speak in a rational sense. Like, you want to be stuck with the bear. Do you know how fast a bear is? Do you know how much a bear weighs? Do you know how powerful a bear is compared to a man? I think that's us being... I don't understand. So are we supposed to be irrational? Okay.
Based off of the sheer speed, brute force, and impact that a bear can have. And that's a fair point. If I being murdered by a man, being murdered by a bear, probably it would be probably a more painful, I mean, hypothetically speaking, it might be a more painful experience by a bear.
No, it's not probably. It's gonna be more painful because the bear is literally going to eat your flesh while you scream and cry. You are going to pass away in agony. It's like drowning. So, I mean, once again, it's like pick your poison. You know what I mean? Like, would you rather be raped by a man or be killed by a bear? Pick your poison. But my mindset is survival. Some of these women, I guess they just hate men so much, they'd rather be killed by a bear.
Bear, we don't know. What I think women are trying to say, and this is the point that I think men are not, either not hearing or they're not understanding, is that with bears, you know what you're going to get. If you end up in the forest and you end up in the sight of a bear, you know that the bear is going to do one of two things. The bear is going to either attack or it's going to go away. It's not, and there's it's not really a guessing game of what the bear's intentions are. And the bear is also has a set of protocols. Like, people have encountered bears enough that there are protocols for what you do when you experience a black bear, what to do with a brown bear. As far as I know, the white bear is the one that, you know, it's game over if you're in their sights. But I could be wrong. I'm happy to look that up. I'm not sitting here like an expert, okay? I don't sit here with a bunch of facts that I don't care about.
Girl, breathe. I'm not an expert either. I hear you. We're here. We're here. But please.
In my head. But essentially what I wanted to say with regards to the man versus bear scenario, I know men are very offended because they feel like they're not as bad as a bear. They're not. They definitely could not wreak as much havoc as a bear could. Maybe. But again, you have to think of it from a woman's point of view. One, with bears, you kind of know what to expect when they're coming to attack you. Men, some of them will pretend to be very nice, and they'll switch, sometimes with provocation, sometimes without. You know?
I have to stop there. No, girl. Because, and with all due respect, please do not insult her. We're here. No. Because our parents taught us stranger danger. Especially with daughters, right? Our parents taught us you don't take candy from a man. If a man says, hey, do you want to follow me and come look at puppies? You don't go with that man, right? our parents raised us, because we both come from a good family, right? Stranger danger. Whether you are, like, they teach us that as children, so it's for boys and girls, right? When you go out, you should automatically have proper protocols. And that should be for everything, not just animals. So this whole argument of, with bears, you know what to expect. With bears, you can do this and blah, blah, blah. But with men, you never know, because they come off as nice. And then next thing you, if you are locked into a cage or a room, a locked room with a man, you shouldn't be thinking, maybe this guy will be super nice to me. I can warm up to him. Even if he's being nice to you, you should not, this is where we're talking about street smart. You should not be easily buttered up with the man that you are locked into a room with. Street smart. So the women that are fighting, saying, oh, at least with bears, you know what to expect, but with men, you don't know what to expect. You don't have street smart, because you lock me into a room with a man. I don't care if it's a 14-year-old boy. I'm a grown woman. If it could be a 14-year-old boy, that boy, when I'm sleeping, can do this to my neck. It could be a 25-year-old woman. I go to sleep, she can do this. You have to be street smart. So I'm not with you on that. Like I said, my mind is always subject to changing, but this, I don't agree at all. Please continue.
No, bears are not going to rape you. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're not supposed to say words.
What did she say?
Some of them will pretend to be very nice, and they'll switch, sometimes with provocation, sometimes without. You know? Bears are not going to rape you.
Oh, girl. Once again, both are awful. Either getting raped by a man or getting eaten alive by a bear. You gotta pick your poison. At least with rape, I will survive. I will be more likely to survive. In contrast to a whole bear that is scientifically equipped to eat you like you are just some prey. Oh, Lord.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're not supposed to say certain words on TikTok. Bears are not going to rape you. Bears are not going to violate you in certain ways, right? Whereas a human man will take liberties that a bear will not. And there are worse things in life than going home before your time. I'll say it that way for TikTok.
Going home before your obviously, when you die, you're not gonna be in pain. No one dies in pain. Like we don't think that, right? Okay, I don't want to go deep into that. But you know, when someone dies, you know, people be like, oh, at least they're not in pain anymore. You know what I mean? At least they're not in pain and they're in heaven, or, you know, at least they're not in pain. So in the afterlife, let's say, God forbid, I pass, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't believe I got killed by this, or like, I'm not gonna sit, because I'm in the afterlife. Am I making sense? Because I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Once you're in the afterlife, you're in the afterlife. Like, that's it. It's silly. Like, it's over. So there's no thinking about, but in the afterlife, this is what's gonna, like, no. This is crazy. Once again, pick your poison. At least with a man, there are stories out there, women that would pretend to like the guy. They would seduce the man, make that man soft, and then when that man goes to sleep, street smart. Oh, Lord.
There's worse things in life. Many women are aware that there are worse things in life than being forcibly Xeroxed or forcibly FedExed back to God. Yeah?
Would you rather be FedExed back to God by a bear eating your flesh alive, or would you rather be FedExed to God by a man, a violent man, doing to you? They're both awful, but I don't want to pass. It doesn't matter because I'm dead, but I wouldn't want to pass, and my last memory on earth is a bear eating my flesh, and I'm looking at the bear if it doesn't eat my head off for, like, that's enough. Are they assuming that every man in that scenario would rape them? Exactly. Because I said earlier, you could be locked into a room with a bear, and that bear looks soft, and you can do that little thing that y'all are talking about where you stand still and you don't move. At some point, you're gonna fall to the ground because you're tired. Depends on how long you're in that room. But you can do that protocol, stand still, expect the bear to not do anything to you because the bear looks very soft, and then, the bear comes for you, eating your flesh, tearing you up. Like chicken meat, like the meat of the chicken off the bone, tearing you up with no mercy. And what are you gonna say? Please don't eat me, please, please. At least with a man can hear you. They teach you, if there's a gun pointed to your head, look at the perpetrator in the eyes. They will be less likely to shoot you. Street smart. Oh, Lord. Because, like, this is a stretch, ma. This is a stretch. You gotta pick your point. This is a stretch. That's crazy. I forgot something else I was gonna say, but let's continue.
So there's protocols that you can follow with a bear. There are women who can do everything right. Quote unquote. Wearing the right clothes, not going to men's houses. And I'm not trying to get into respectability politics and say what is right and what is wrong here. I'm just hypothetically speaking. They can go out in the daytime, do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, whatever the list is, and still they can be a target.
I mean, yeah, because people have free will. You see, because girl, you're proving my point now. What I'm trying to say, you're proving my points. I want to say this, right? We'll get back to her, but she proved my point. She said that as a woman, you can take all the protocols in the world with men. Don't go out at night. Don't get gas 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't dress this way. Don't provoke men. Don't tease men because you never know. Like, you're literally proving my point because they don't only give protocols and precautions with bears. They also do it with men. There are videos on TikTok teaching women how to get out of bondage from a man. They teach us on TikTok that women's thighs are stronger than men's thighs. So a man is trying to choke you, you can take your thighs and on the man's neck and do it as tight as you can. You will take him out because you have really strong thighs. I don't know what it is with the female body, but we have them thighs. They teach us that. So those are protocols that you can also take with men. Are you telling me that if you are locked into a room with a man, you're just gonna be weak and just let yourself go? You sound like you're just gonna let yourself go, which is weird because I'm pretty sure in science the human body does fight or flight response. If you are tired and you're walking, but then your body senses a threat, what is your body gonna do? It's gonna go unless you decide to give up. But automatically we are what is it called? I forgot the word. But we have fight or flight. So I'm confused. You ever get locked? With me, I don't care who you are. You could be a 12-year-old girl. You could be a 16-year-old boy. You could be a bear. You could be a grown, buff man that could take me out with just your pinky. Regardless of who I'm stuck in the room with, I'm not going to be all friendly and goo goo gaga with you. How many movies are out there? They teach us, don't be so quick to trust people. That's street knowledge. So once again, the bear thing is stupid. And you women that think that it makes more sense to be locked into a room with a bear are emotionally charged. You are not logically inclined. You're not making sense, and you know you're not making sense. But you're really fighting for some reason. I don't know why. And I already understand that no matter what I tell you, you're not going to listen. No matter what I tell you, you're not going to change your mind. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to tell you that you're not making sense. You can walk away from me all you want, but I'm telling you, you're not making any sense. I had this conversation with those of you that are here for the first time and you're just getting into this conversation. Welcome. But also, I want to say this. I had this conversation with my mother. Mind you, she's not on TikTok like that. She's not on that side of TikTok where that debate is going on. I said, Mommy, would you rather be locked into a room with a bear or locked into a room with a man? She said, why would I pick the bear? She got mad at me. Why would you pick the bear? Do you know what a bear does? And my dad was there. He said, who on earth would choose a bear over a man? At least, even if the man is violent, at least my chances of survival will automatically be greater in contrast to a bear. You can't use your thighs and put that bear on a chokehold. In a chokehold. You can't do that. But with a man that has a neck, you can do it. And take him out just like that. They teach us this on TikTok. I don't know why you women are choosing to ignore it. You know that you're not making sense. You can accept it. Once you accept it, welcome. Thank you for coming to the side of common sense.